want to take your spirit of what you're doing, and I want to be able to just introduce some information that maybe you don't know about financing and things like that. You say you created this business. It's a nonprofit organization, but are you aware of what other companies and entities do or what they can do for you, like limited liability companies and corporations, things like that?
Yes. So I started as a nonprofit, but after around 2014, people started getting in my ear. They said, "You've been doing all this by yourself, using your own money that I didn't really have.
Yeah.
You've been doing all this by yourself. You need to make the business pay for you." So then my daughter created a youth program, and that was basically for free. And they said, "No, you need to make the parents pay for that."
Sure.
So we got them to pay for that. Then someone said, "Hey, Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, those are all in NFL football. Those are all nonprofits, but they have profitable income. Find what will work and take care of it." So it's still a nonprofit, but now, as of today, it's a profitable nonprofit.
Yeah, that's awesome. But what about, like, do you know what the entity of like a limited liability company does?
No, I just know that I don't really know much about them.
All right.
I would love to know about them.
I'm going to teach you that.
Yes,
First, I'd like to invite you and a guest to come to my Jumpstart class. Okay. It's in the end of January. It's here. I want to invite you to come there, and that's where we actually take. These are my colored blocks that have followed me around the country as I teach classes, but I'll use these in a little while for mortgage structure. It's just the way that I learn. You know, this is how I teach. But Jumpstart's going to train you in what to look for in real estate opportunities. It talks about timing. It talks about all kinds of the startup type of information that you need for real estate. And then we go into financing, and we go into limited liability companies. For instance, something that might help you right now with people that that you're helping out there. So let's say we have our person. That's one entity. That's really what it is. So if we were, putting this on the board, we'd say you, and you'd put it on the board. That's one entity. That means that person has the ability to go out and earn money. It has the ability to borrow debt. It has the ability to all the things that a person can do. Now, kind of draw a wall between the person here. I'll kind of teach this a little bit as I'm going through. So you have yourself. Now, we build a wall in between it because sometimes the negative aspects of credit and judgment and things like that people are going through, it's on their person. But yes, they're still out there trying to do business in the person's name. So, if this is Joe or Sally or whoever it is, if Joe's out there and he's going, "I've got this judgment against me," and the judgment won't allow him to buy a house because the judgment jumps in prior to any financing that you take out. So it's kind of like a floating cloud out there that's over your head. And when you try to buy something, it attaches to it right away, and you can't get title insurance to buy it.
And that's what the LLC is for.
Yeah. So there's a couple of different entities. One's an LP, and that's called a limited partnership.
Wow.
Okay. So now we're building the same rights as a person has. That's what we're doing with this. Now, another one might be an LLC, and that's called a limited liability company. Now what we've done is we've created a structure that can do business and have the same rights as other people have. I can buy things, I can sell things, I can incur debt, I can gain equity. And in its organization, we spell out what the limitations are that a creditor can come after that entity. But it's kind of like having a brick wall between you, not a brick wall, but a wooden fence.
So basically protecting your assets.
Exactly.
From assets of the people or of organizations that you're connected with.
Yes. So let's,
I totally want that.
Okay. There's just different ways to do it. That's all I'm explaining. Another one is called an incorporation. And you
Yes.
see that all the time after some, Sears Incorporated or whoever it might be. And that's limiting jurisdictions of where it's organized and where you have to come to sue it if you're having a problem with it, or all of the tax structures. That's what the incorporation, all of these have those same aspects. But what's been really popular is a limited liability company. So we limit the liability that the company versus you has. So if there's a problem with the individual, you can create an entity that can go out and do business in its place.
So do you think that it's possible that True Blessings has been created as a nonprofit since 2003, established in 2012 with the State Secretary of State of Washington? Do you think it's possible to now put that wall up and make it an LLC? Or
Well, that's a great question.
change-
Can you take out insurance after you've possibly wrecked the car?
or make another one?
Yeah,
Make
there you
another
go.
one.
See
True
how you're-
Blessings 2 LLC, or make a.
That is the spark right there that you have. That gets you further in life than
Okay.
right. Did you
I've
see what
already
you did?
thought about making another one.
No, did you see what you did? I'm just teaching you a little bit of information, and already you're looking at it and you're saying, "Here's the possibilities of it."
Yes.
Not here's the problems with it. Here's the possibilities, and
Yeah.
that will get you so much
Because
further.
we want to get that money.
Right? Why not? It's
Yeah.
going to affect you. It's going to affect your kids. It's going to affect those friends and family, everyone around you. It's infectious, and
Yes.
and I have to say, I feel great when I see that light go off in people's eyes, because for me, that's infectious, and I do it for me. Because it makes me feel good, and I try to do it as much as I possibly can.
I can't wait to
and I want to
incorporate
see that in you. Yeah. But here's just one little thing that we could talk about today: a limited liability company. We could talk about but as you're talking about True Blessings, this limited liability company can also own True Blessings. So you, the person, don't have to own that True Blessings anymore. A new LLC can own that.
What?
Sure. It has the same rights.
Oh my goodness. Yes,
So-
I want that.
Yeah, so you can now take yourself out of it and own it with another entity. That might be a holding company, but they're different. So imagine if you could create...
You see my face? I'm like...
Imagine if you can create, though, a room full of, I'll call them people, but they're entities that you do business with. And now no longer do you have to go out and find the actual person to do the business with. You can do business with your own companies.
And that's exactly what True Blessings is kind of already. You have True Blessings, then you have Young Stars that is partnered with Girl Scouts of Western Washington. Then you have these other services, parent services, which of course they're not like creating revenue. But my thing was to have it as an umbrella and to have all these other things underneath it. But now I'm hearing you say, I need a bigger umbrella for True Blessings to hold it, and then still have these other ones underneath it as well.
Well, I think what you can do is that you can look at each entity, each thing that you're doing as a separate instead of a part of, or sometimes one area is doing better than the other area is.
That's exactly what's happening.
And one might drag it down, the other, it's dragging it down, and you can't borrow credit and all of those different things. That's just what it is.
Make them all LLCs.
Well, potentially.
Potentially.
Maybe there's a limited partnership in there. That, what I can say is that's something that we can talk about once you see them. And then you can go incorporate them for as little as $200 at the state level. You have it, you have an address, it's on there. Now that entity has a lot of different options that you may have had or may not have had, but it gives you that choice.
Wow.
And that's the really neat part of asset protection.